On top of that, we also had the opportunity to see the new Medal of Honor game for PC. I think you had a chance to play it a little bit, Dan.
Yes, they had a very nice setup for this one. They had about 8 systems all set up, great PCs to go ahead and play out the new Medal of Honor game. But you know what? After playing it, it might as well have been just Modern Warfare 2. It really just felt like it was Call of Duty. There was nothing else that it really kind of brought to the field. It does have the vehicles, but, you know, honestly, Bad Company 2 seems to go ahead and do better in that sector, so I'm not sure where this game really fits into this, that it's still a Modern Warfare game, but what is it doing that really brings it to the floor? I could not figure that out from what I was playing.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed when I had a chance to play it. It didn't have its own identity. It really felt like a Modern Warfare clone, and that's really dangerous to bring to the table considering that Modern Warfare has a huge amount of success and a fan following. Maybe they're hoping to leech some of that off, but you gotta do more than clone the game in order to do that. With the Medal of Honor franchise, I think you'd have the sway to try something new. We also, going back to some Star Wars games, we had a chance to see Star Wars Force Unleashed 2, some beta gameplay. Honestly, I was really excited. What'd you think?
It was very good. It really showed off that they have kind of fixed some of the bugs with the game, and they've gone on to go ahead and enhance the game for the people that played the original.
I mean, yeah, I was happy to see that they tried to expand the universe a little bit rather than being stuck walking around the Star Destroyer, a couple other closed locations. They brought you down and connected you with Episode 1, 2, and 3 with taking you to the clone facility. They expanded your arsenal with adding a second lightsaber and a few more force powers. They added enough new content that it feels like the sequel is going to be something worth playing, but it wasn't deviating enough from the series to merit it being like a completely different franchise.
No, it definitely kept very close to the original game. They make you that you are actually a clone in this game. It's kind of filled with the thing that you've actually died in the first game. And now the cool thing is that they did add that there's new powers and all that, kind of like you said, the dual swords. And I really did like the Jedi Mind Tricks, which is a very fun mechanic where you basically could force stormtroopers to just kind of fall into traps and fall off buildings, and that definitely looks like it's going to be a very amusing little sideshow for it.
Yeah, it definitely looks like an interesting power. I also had a chance to play the Behemoth's new game that they're coming out with called Battle Block Theater. While this is a 360 exclusive, the Behemoth is still a really notable developer. It's nice to take a look at the new title. Battle Block Theater is essentially a multiplayer game where players take the role of a little guy, a cartoon guy, in similar style to other Behemoth games. They walk around in a closed environment made up of separate bricks. And there's a wide variety of game modes that span from something like King of the Hill, where you have to stand on a certain platform and beat other guys off over a period of time. A territory mode where you have to touch blocks and claim them as your own, and the guy with the most territory at the end of the time wins. And a mode where you follow around a ghost that throws gold out. You have to catch the gold and get it to a floating safe before you get knocked out and your gold gets taken. These are all really fun and approachable, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is the people that make Castle Crashers, which is a very fun and addictive game. It really calls back to the 8-bit era, and I think they did a very successful game. This is really kind of cool, 2D competitive game, and it'll be a great add-on to the Xbox Live. But in addition to that, they also were demoing the Castle Crashers for PSN, so soon you'll be able to go ahead and play Castle Crashers, which is a really good game. It's been out on Xbox for a while, but now you'll be able to play it on your PSN.
Yeah. And definitely Battle Block Theater kept to their roots by taking a small, concentrated game system, expanding it to multiple modes, and I really appreciate that with everything Behemoth does. Also, we had some interesting experiences playing Dead Space 2 over the past couple of days. What did you think?
Honestly, I played through the first Dead Space, and I really liked the game. There's one or two quirks that really bugged me about it. And after talking to the producer and playing through the demo that they had here, which was a very nice, robust demo, I believe most of the problems with the original one have been fixed. It really kind of is a polishing on the original one. I don't know how it'll adapt to like people that have never played the first one, but people that really like the original, it definitely fixes anything that was problematic with the first one.
What sort of stuff do they fix?
Well, the zero-G has completely been redone. It's now that you basically have full control over zero-G gravity. You have your own boots. You kind of float around in this environment. It feels a lot more natural as opposed to basically you're grab booting from A to B. In addition to that, they also fixed a few of the little dumb things like the asteroid area. They've told me already there's no asteroid area on this. And you know what? That was probably the most frustrating part out of anything in that game was the asteroid area. In addition to that, they also are now, instead of being on a planet cracker, just a large mining vessel, they're on a planet. So they have a lot more freedom to make some very interesting and robust environments, and I really hope they'll make something. In the demo, they even showed some very interesting areas in a kind of a church-like area, and it's something that you've never seen in Dead Space, but it fits into the world, and I'm really hoping that we'll get a lot more insight into this whole interesting world that Dead Space makes.
Yeah, given how they really tried to splice religion with the antagonist of the first game, I'm hoping to see a little bit more of the lore get expanded, a little bit more of this religious duality. But finally, we ran into a really interesting independent game called Obo's Big Adventure. This was a Flash game that's going to be on Newgrounds soon, and is essentially a fan-made Flash game that references many old NES titles. It puts several characters from things like Punch-Out!, Double Dragon, Super Mario Brothers, and allows you to play the role of one of the antagonists of Double Dragon, Obo, which is this big, rock, hulking character, and you go around smashing guys. On top of the humor of seeing game references, you'll also have little children that are skateboarding by, and you can knock them out, eat their heads for more health. There's big, colorful text on the screen, and you get combos. And the developers are even there, and they had a wonderful sense of humor.
Yes, this was a really fun 8-bit thing. It was totally in the wrong area. Like, we're casually walking around more in the art area of the whole floor, and suddenly there's just an arcade machine, and you just had to go play it. And it was a very fun, addictive Flash game. It really goes and hits you if you really played a lot of those NES games. And it was very enjoyable to watch you play it, and it had a lot of the fun little dumb glitches and other fun things that the Nintendo's had in its era of many very memorable games.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it on Flash when I get back home, and certainly I can't wait to see some of the more games we'll have this week.
Yep.